Should we go back to the start of the Sunday stream? Should we just do that? Watch Sunday from the start.
That's the erudite versus Lavis theory, right? Yeah, exactly. That's the hardest theory that we have on offer tonight. Only just saw the title now, yeah.
Wait, has he got? Wait, so he's taken it from food shops. He's actually adapted food shops method. He's got the drama meter and the theory meter now. Bro, this guy is just monetizing the shit out of fucking ass, isn't he? This guy's so based. Guys, will you pay me $100 to do theory? Guys, pay me $100 and I'll read the Talmud on stream, okay? It's a joke, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, I'm not reading the Talmud on stream, that's insane. Come on, Sunday, get to the point.
Okay, sorry for being silent. I'm trying the new Keffals said my content was boring the other day. I'm trying to imitate her style so it's more entertaining, so I'm gonna be periodically just silent for 10+ minutes.
This petty motherfucker.
Like that. Because we want to boost those numbers.
He's so based. Dude, I love this guy. He's so entertaining. And now he's taking a fucking swig of his little beer he's got here. Mate. He's such a funny fucking guy.
Sunday, mind if I come on during the coverage of the Keffals stuff, or do you want to go it alone? Why don't you think about that a little bit, and make sure it's something you want to do, okay? But I have no objections in principle. All right. All right. Pish posh, said the squash.
Pish posh said the squash. That's a joke. That's like a Josie line from Fish Tank. Simple dimple chocolate squish. Jesus, he's so autistic. He's so based.
Let's get this show on the road. Oh God, she's still talking about us. Dear Lord.
Let's go.
What a weird, bizarre world we live in. So we'll start from the tail end of this, just because it briefly mentions yours truly, and I find that funny. Ooh, that's too big. We need that to be a little smaller.
How can this guy not be one of your favorite streamers? Honestly,
of a generation. There we are. All right. Excelsior. All right. Triangulate the location. What's this? Aha! Aha! Here we go.
Yo, Kuihman, just walked into my kid's room and switched off Moist Critical, and he's watching you now. Okay, good. Good thing you're raising your kids right. Glad to hear it.
I'm gonna pull up Google Maps, and I am gonna try to triangulate her location. All right.
Okay, don't do that, food shops. God, so many dumb people here.
It's going to be a very lucrative January. Matter of time before small orbit of.
No, I neglected my.
We'll let this run for a couple seconds till it gets there, because you.
Wait, is this from tonight? Did Keffals cover more food shops tonight?
It's not precise with the timeline.
You know, my work at the time.
Drop your skincare routine Sunday. Why am I looking?
Oh, yeah. Should I get the Keffals context first? Let's get the Keffals context first. And then we'll get when my Sunday starts. Do I want the Tom stuff? The Tom rape stuff is fucking boring, I'm not gonna lie.
What is Did you hear about Tim Pool getting diarrhea in front of DT?
That's all Sunday's gonna cover about her. And I'll watch Sunday cover it. But I wanted to see the bit before where he started watching it.
President Sunday responded.
So I
See,
get the
you
context
say
of what he
that,
was
but
looking
you're
at.
the one who immediately cut the call when I asked you to explain yourself for falsely calling Chud Logic a pedophile. You're also stupid, very, very stupid. So that's true. That's fuck. I need that meme. Does anyone in okay, I'm going to general in the ranch and I'm gonna
what?
ask people
She got owned, no? Why is she... What is the cope here? She got owned. Sunday owned you.
for a meme. Does
Okay, this
anyone
is-
have the meme?
The meme. Does anyone have the meme? Is it gonna be this you, the most based thing ever? Is that what she's going for here? Because this isn't based, it just makes you like a fucking idiot. And a liar.
Yes, we got it. Thank you.
Oh no. It's just, you know, ironic ownership of terrible traits. Okay, very cool.
This seems like that's a good react. That's a good way to respond. Check drama post.
Yeah, she called Chud a pedophile ages ago. It was like a year or two ago.
Yeah, okay. Stay the fuck away from food shop. She's insane. Timestamp 110 to 1. Okay, hold on.
I got obsessed with this RuneScape girl. Okay,
It was
Dutch
not
girl,
6 to 9
all right?
months ago. It
And
was
that's
not 6 to 9 months ago. You're insane.
when it began. All right, that's when it began. Okay, and I remember being obsessed with and I didn't understand that at the time. Okay, I didn't understand that at the time. Okay, I remember being obsessed with her. Okay, and at the time the RuneScape app, okay, was hella scuffed. Okay, basically you could
Wait, is this the stalker stuff? What is going on here?
She's insane. Timestamp 110 to 1.
Oh yeah, the
okay, hold on.
stalker
I got
thing.
obsessed
Oh no.
with this RuneScape girl, okay? This Dutch girl, all right? And that's when it began, all right? That's when it began, okay? And I remember being obsessed with, and I didn't understand that at the time, okay? I didn't understand that at the time, okay? I remember being obsessed with her, okay? And at the time, the RuneScape app, okay, was hella scuffed, okay? Basically, you could only chat on there, and you can only trade items, okay? But I remember that me and my friends could only I basically could only hang out with my friends under the science building at the time. And
No, I don't play
other than
RuneScape.
that,
Just gay.
other than that, we didn't really do much else. We didn't really hang out much outside of that. So, you know, we didn't really do much other than that, you know? But yeah, she just happened to be a Dutch girl. She was, I think, Holland, Netherlands kind of thing, you know? But yeah, she was also 17, 18-ish, 17, 18-ish. I was also 17, 18-ish at the time, right?
Plus, there is
but yeah, I was
absolutely zero chance I'm playing fucking RuneScape 3, which I'm pretty sure is what Food Shops plays. Not OSRS. RuneScape 3. Okay, so...
Really obsessed. I kept on checking my phone app and stuff like that. And yeah, we just began talking. But she always saw me as a friend, you know, only on RuneScape. And we just played RuneScape together. And that's about it, right? And we were just like really, really good friends on RuneScape. But the thing is that something was wrong, okay, with our relationship. The reason I felt like there was something wrong with our relationship is that while she just viewed me as an average gaming friend, I viewed her something way differently, right? I was actually
I get the appeal of OSRS. It's the same with WoW Classic. You know, it's got that vibe. It hits that vibe. But RuneScape 3 is just like total slop.
super duper obsessed with her, right? For example, I know that there were instances where I would for example, before she would get on, I would miss her. I would be like, every single day I expected her to come on at a certain time, and if she did not come on, like even by like 30 minutes or so, I would get extremely anxious because I would count down like the number of minutes before she would get on, and even if she was not there for like 2 minutes or 3 minutes or 4 minutes, I would get extremely anxious. I would be like, oh my god, is there something wrong? Did something happen to her? You know? And you know, I didn't really have her contacts or information at the time, so I would constantly worry about her. So I'll be like, oh no, you know, has something happened to her, right? Or whatever the fuck, right? And I just realized now this sounds incredibly, you know, what's the term, yandere or whatever the fuck, right? But the thing is that
don't use cutesy anime terms to describe your genuinely concerning mentally ill behavior. What a fucking detached way to act.
Is that yeah, that's about it. And another thing is that in addition to my obsession, every single time I talk to her, is that I would feel incredibly happy. I feel like nothing else in the world mattered. And yeah, I was feeling incredibly happy. But eventually, at some point, it became torture. And I felt almost as if I was self-aware. I was like, oh my god, I was only getting my dopamine and my serotonin, like she was like a drug to me, you know, where it felt almost as if that, where I was only going to get my dopamine fix. And then after getting my dopamine fix, it was over, right? So basically what it was that I would feel extremely anxious, waiting for her to log online. But then immediately after interacting with me, it's like I would get a huge burst of happiness. And the burst of happiness is like more than anything else that I have ever experienced. And then...
This is so insane. This is so unwell. Jesus Christ. I haven't actually watched this through before. I've heard about it, but I never watched it. Jesus, dude.
You know, after experiencing this, right, I wanted her to log off. I didn't want to interact with her anymore. I'll be like, you know what, fuck it. I got my fucking drug dosage of the day, you know, fuck it, you know, I don't know why I need you anymore, right? At some point, you know, after months and months later, I'll be like, fuck it, you know, I don't know why you're online anymore. I got my drug dosage of the day. I just don't know. I don't know why the fuck I necessarily need, you know,
She did. Apparently she had a massive crush on her mod called Yoon, to the point where Yoon had to disappear for a few weeks to try and make her calm down, is what I believe was described on stream at one point.
Need this anymore. Yeah. But yeah, so what are some of the things I did in the middle? All right, well, in the middle of my first, you know, kind of obsession thing, right? For example, I didn't pay attention in class. I would constantly be on my phone messaging her, right? I would also she would also tell me like really fucking explicit details about her boobs, okay? All right, yeah. And also, yeah, it was fucking, yeah, sexually gratifying. Yeah, it was, okay? And another thing was that, another big thing was, what was another thing? Was that she was, yeah, she was, okay, so another stalker thing, all right, is that she would tell me about, like, I think the place that she worked at, and, like, the path she took to get to school, and I remember trying to triangulate her location. I was like, oh my god.
Okay. 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 This is... Huh.
God, I'm gonna pull up Google Maps and...
Dude, Keffals has actually nothing to say, does she? Ever. Can you not come up with any jokes, really? This is like some of the most absurd shit I've ever watched. You can't come up with any like insults or jabs to throw. At all, really? But fucking negative CP over here? Come on now.
And I am going to try to triangulate her location, all right? And at the time, you know, I was so caught up in my feelings, right? I was so caught up in my feelings that I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna like totally fucking do this, you know, I'm gonna fucking do this, right? So I neglected my friends, you know, I neglected my, you know, my work at the time as well, right? And yeah, I was like totally fucking caught up in my feelings, and I was like doing stupid ass shit.
Fuck, dude. Fuck. Also, Naomi tweeted about me. Keffals finding that small orbit of vaguely liberal drama streamers is probably the best thing to happen to Keffals in a while. It's going to be a very lucrative January for Keffals. At the rate this is going, it's
I mean, spitting here, kind of.
only a matter of time before Chud Logic becomes part of the Keffals story for a second time. What is the critique here? I'm kind of confused. What?
No, if there is really a critique, I feel like they're just pointing out the fact that you're now involved in this like weird little drama ring that you're slowly leveraging your way into Twitch poll, which is very, but like, wow, she was already kind of Twitch poll, I guess, before, and Twitch poll doesn't really exist anymore. But you know what I mean. This sort of circle. I mean, I've been mentioned on Keffals' stream a few times in this week, which is some of the most surreal shit ever. And you know, listen, I don't think it's gonna go well for Keffals if she stays around too long, frankly, because it only takes so long before you get ripped apart if you've got as much shit on you as Keffals does.
What does this mean? Naomi is a former member of the community. who left after all of the stuff that happened with Max, and I have no fucking clue.
Isn't Naomi Chance the breast milk one? Isn't this the trans breast milk one?
Yeah, I don't know what the critique is. Like, I don't think this is really a critique. She's calling me a drama tuber? Yeah, I cover drama. Like, what?
Max is in Carl Max.
Something I
Oh,
deny.
that is the Naomi Chance person. Okay.
Like, President Sunday's live right now.
Based.
YouTube seriously needs to move this
How
stupid button.
stupid
Yeah, I don't know
is
what on earth they were
Keffals?
thinking putting it right
Was that? Oh, we get Keffals reacting to Sunday.
there. Like they have the there's the super chat button. There's the like just put it next to the chat.
When's this from? Okay, yeah, so we'll watch this little bit, and then I guess we're having Sunday. Cool.
Button. Like or you know, there's already an emote button literally like next to chat. Just use that. I don't understand it.
We get a little bit of Keffals reacting to Sunday first.
It's weird. I don't know why it stayed there for so long. It seems like such an obvious design flaw, but that's why I don't work in tech. I don't understand the secret reasons for all these things. There needs to be crusading jellyfish worshippers. I wholeheartedly concur.
All right, I'm done. What are we watching? Is like President Sunday is just doing a drama stream about me.
Based. He
It's-
won.
Nothing new. Deceased.
Nominal Naomi is the breast milk lady. Naomi Chance is a Sunday mod. Oh, okay. So Naomi Chance is not the breast milk one. Okay.
Desist party. How does it feel to be the center of attention? I don't fucking know. I don't know why people care that much. But whatever. I think I've covered all that I needed to cover today.
You go back to Sunday? Yeah, she does.
Who do I raid? Who's live?
Sunday.
Oh, I'm still reading President Sunday's chat. Naomi's like, President Sunday, mind if I come on during the coverage of the Keffals stuff, or do you want to go at it alone? Okay, if Naomi goes on, I definitely need to react to it later, because that sounds really funny. And also, 2-Bit Dork is in the chat saying, I've been arguing against anti-VTubers in Keffals chat. I'm having a great day, but I'm ready for theory. He's talking about how he's only born because he's imitating me? Is that true?
All right. Pish posh, said the squash.
So true.
Let's get the show on the road.
He's the
He's so
Joker.
based.
Oh god, she's still talking about us. Dear lord. What a weird bizarre world. we live in.
Oh man, Sunday's so
So
cool.
we'll
man.
start from the tail end of this, just because it briefly mentions yours truly, and I find that funny. Ooh, that's too big. We need that to be a little smaller, so we can see the genius voice of a generation.
Oh, wait, so he's gonna watch himself
Excelsior.
in the live
All
stream
right.
while we're watching him? We're getting so many layers
Later
deep. This is
location
great.
of this. Aha! Aha, here we go.
I'm gonna pull up Google Maps and I am gonna try to triangulate her location. All right.
Okay, don't do that, food shops. Oh, so many dumb people here.
It's gonna be a very lucrative January matter of time before small orbit of.
No, I neglected my,
Well, let's run for a couple seconds till it gets there, because YouTube's just not precise with the timeline.
you know, my work at the time as
Drop your skincare routine Sunday? Why, am I looking good or bad?
well, right? And yeah, I was like totally fucking caught up in my feelings and I was like doing stupid ass shit. But
Fuck, dude. Fuck.
I concur.
Also, Naomi tweeted about me. Keffals finding that small orbit of vaguely liberal drama streamers is probably the best thing to happen to Keffals in a while.
Oh guys, by the way, now's a great time to remind you. Please like, subscribe, donate, buy membership, gift membership, buy super chat if you can. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you.
It's going to be a very lucrative January for Keffals. At the rate this is going, it's only a matter of time before Chud Logic becomes part of the Keffals story for a second time. What is the critique here? I'm kind of confused.
The critique is you have no talent, you have no knowledge, you have no charisma, and the only thing you can do is to keep your audience at level 11 tension in order to drum up hype for some constant...
Dude, you're streaming about.
She muted him. She muted him. He fucking roasted her. Yo. Let's take that back. Let's hear that again. Bro.
in my feelings, and I was like doing stupid ass shit.
Fuck, dude. Fuck.
I concur.
Also, Naomi tweeted about me. Keffals finding that small orbit of vaguely liberal drama streamers is probably the best thing to happen to Keffals in a while. It's going to be a very lucrative January for Keffals. At the rate this is going, it's only a matter of time before Chud Logic becomes part of the Keffals story for a second time. What is the critique here? I'm kind of confused.
The critique is you have no talent, you have no knowledge, you have no charisma, and the only thing you can do is to keep your audience at level 11 tension in order to drum up hype for some constant...
Dude, you're streaming about me to 1/10 of my audience. How are you in any position to critique me for covering drama? Naomi is a former member of the community.
and a present member of the vastly superior cathedral. We take care of our own here.
Who left after all of the stuff that happened with Max. And, I have no fucking clue.
After Max brutally owned you. Owned. Oh god, I thought I hadn't unpaused. She's so still.
Yeah, I don't know what the critique is. Like, I don't think this is really a critique.
Dude,
I'm so glad enough.
and why is Keffals just broadcasting her L's like this? Imagine that. Imagine just getting roasted like this on your own stream.
About this and the results are irrelevant. To live the life that you have right now, I'm envious of you.
Just calling me a
Oh,
drama
man.
Yeah, I cover drama. Like, what? This isn't something I deny ever doing.
How smug he is.
She's watching me. That was me. I recognize that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. This is Xander Hall number 2. Okay, here we go. Buckle in, fellas.
It's like, President Sunday. President Sunday's live right now.
It's turtle time. YouTube seriously needs to move this stupid
How
heart button.
stupid
Yeah, I don't know
is
what on earth they were
Keffals?
thinking putting it right there. Like they have the there's the super chat button. There's the like just put it next to the chat button. Like or you know, there's already an emote button literally like next to chat. Just use that. I don't understand it. It's weird. I don't know why it stayed there for so long. It seems like such an obvious design flaw, but that's why I don't work in tech. I don't understand the secret reasons for all these things.
Dude. He's so based. Why does he always do this? It's so fucking based. The first time he put the squid on his head in the Supreme debate, I was like, okay, this is retarded. But every time he does it, it's gotten funnier and funnier. He's just piling plushies on himself. Like, just like, own Keffals on their own stream. Just spit the absolute most brutal, just roast that I've seen in a minute. And then realise she's still watching you. Pile plushies on yourself and say it's turtle time. He just won. This man is a god.
Technically, the largest audience of ever had fish worshippers. I wholeheartedly concur.
Alright, I'm done.
Oh, I was just getting good. You missed the turtle. Oh well. Look, we can't all have discriminating tastes.
But she's still watching. She came back.
What are we watching? It was like President Sunday is just doing a drama stream about me. It's nothing new.
President Sunday, infamous drama frog. He just only cares about drama.
Yep, that's all he does. I don't
It's
understand
not.
why he's on a high horse about it.
That's not
See,
true.
maybe she'll come back.
Cease and desist party. How does it feel to be the center of attention? I don't fucking know. I don't know why people care that much.
It's funny.
But whatever. I think I've covered all that I need
It's funny. You're unlikable and a schadenfreude.
to cover today.
Keffals is like a content necrophiliac. Well, you're in luck because I'm a content necromancer.
Who do I raid? Who's live?
Oh, she's back on me again. It does come back. Oh, wow. All right. Let's do this.
I'm still reading President Sunday's chat. Naomi's like, President Sunday, mind if I come on during the coverage of the Keffals stuff, or do you want to go at it alone? Okay, if Naomi goes on, I definitely need to react to it later, because that sounds really funny. And also, 2-Bit Dork is in the chat saying, I've been arguing against anti-VTubers in Keffals chat. I'm having a great day, but I'm ready for theory.
Dude, she's been mogged into silence.
He's talking about how he's only born because he's imitating me? Is that true?
All right. Pish posh, said the squash. Immortalized.
So true.
Let's get this
Just
shit.
crack another beer. Let's go, man,
He's the
honestly.
Joker.
He's so
Oh,
real.
God, she's still talking about us. Dear Lord. What a weird, bizarre world we live in. So we'll start from the tail end of this, just because it briefly mentions yours truly, and I find that funny. Ooh, that's too big. We need that to be a little smaller, so we can see the genius voice of a generation.
Oh, wait, so he's gonna watch himself in the live stream while we're watching him? We're getting so... Okay, I'm bored of this.
You've got nothing to say. You just got mobbed.
Let's raid out. Let's see who's live. I have any live chat thing? Keffals is moving right from. Let's raid into. I'm a streamer. If you're. He's a nice guy, and he gave me a bunch of like I don't know. You're a drama streamer. If you're gonna give me like a bunch of receipts on people I'm in beef with, it's like I will send my audience to you. Streamer, if you're gonna give. He's a nice guy. Yeah, whatevs. Let's raid into Resistan.
Oh, she raided Reservoir. Jesus. Okay, well, I guess let's carry on with the Sunday stuff. Let's skip to where he stopped with the plushies. There we go.
He's the Joker.
Oh god, she's still talking about us. Dear Lord. What a weird, bizarre world we live in. So we'll start from the tail end of this, just because it briefly mentions yours truly, and I find that funny. Ooh, that's too big. We need that to be a little smaller, so we can see the genius voice of a generation.
Oh, wait, so he's gonna watch himself in the live stream while we're watching him? We're getting
Wait,
so...
what's this Beckett's covering tonight? Beckett's not covering the fucking food shop's list of demands, is he? Is that what his title's referring to? Check that in the background.
Okay, I'm bored of this. Let's raid out. Let's see who's live. I have any live.
Sweet. All right.
What do you think?
I don't think. Thinking is a dangerous pastime. All right. Well, that was fun. Food shops, thank you for the $25.
Sorry, what? Did food shops really give Sunday $25? Little bro, you ain't even gonna make that back streaming tonight. Why are you? This is a net loss.
You say theory, but I know you mean drama. I know you mean drama food shops. I know that's what you mean. I know you. All right. Okay, so what are we doing here? It's an excellent question. So this morning started rather strangely. Very strangely, in fact. Bizarrely, even. Oddly. Don't worry, this won't be long. But, we're focused right now. Okay. Keffals is apparently being threatened with legal action. And we're not going to know about it for an additional, 50 seconds, because that's how long it takes for it to formulate a 3-word sentence.
Right, he's so based. He's just laying into her. Is it just me, or does it feel like everyone has gotten a little bit more toxic lately, a little bit harsher lately? Is anyone else feeling that? I feel like it's a bit more vicious out here recently. I don't want to say it's the influence of my rapid and unmitigated success, but...
And I will
you know, I'm just saying, it's coincidental.
Okay, hang on. So she gives preamble here.
He's had a point. That was a fucking banger.
Good lord, please, do something.
Keffals has a debate. Yeah, we'll get over all that stuff. Okay, let's see.
I just want to go over this. I want to go over the cease and desist letter.
So, 523 watching over on YouTube. Only 170 have liked the stream. So make sure you like the stream, and then I will get into the.
That's just saying no. Stop being a pussy. Look, I'm not complaining. If anything, I'm saying it's a good thing. I'm just saying it's a thing.
I'll get into the legal action stuff.
Yay.
Causation does not always mean correlation. Actually, I believe causation almost does. I think that does always mean correlation. I think what you meant to say was correlation does not always mean causation, which was what I already said, but that's okay.
Don't worry, guys. We will do theory today. I promise, regardless of whether the theory meter gets filled, because I care about you.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Jesus don't want no part of this kid.
I got sent a cease and desist letter by my ex.
Here we go. All right, for people who are not following this, Zenderhall, back when they were having their spat about the shoe on head stuff, I'm not going to even attempt to relitigate that, reposted a tweet. The terminology is getting so confusing. Reposted a tweet echoing accusations by this person called Althea, who is Keffals' ex and is mentioned in the GoFundMe, you might recall from a little while back, saying that Keffals was abusive in the relationship and left her homeless. Keffals responded by posting a 4-hour, 3-hour, I can't remember how long it was, a long stream called I Was Raped. The vast majority of it was her providing messages, and it gets tricky because it's like, you don't know if these are all the messages. You don't know if all the messages that exist actually, accurately represent the situation and so on and so forth. It's a very hairy thing, but messages that she argued, sometimes effectively, sometimes less so, established a pattern of abuse by her ex towards her. I'm not going to pass judgment on any of this. I'm in the dark about the truthfulness of these claims, as I'm about the following one. In the middle of this, after providing...
Sunday's just such a smart little fucker, isn't he? He is such a smart little fucker. He always knows which criticisms he can get away with making in front of his audience and which ones he can't, and how to be effective with it. He is such a... It's just so funny watching him work, man, honestly.
Because remember, the title of the stream was I Was Raped. She, after putting a bunch of these screen caps of DMs in, to give the impression of like, here, look, I've got documentation, I've got evidence for all this. She then in the middle made the claim that Althea had actually raped her at one point. I'm not going to give like a deep description of it. Just we'll let that stand by itself. I have no idea as to the truthfulness of any of these claims, but that claim was made. Then continues on with the so on and so forth, talks about like Darvo stuff and so on and so forth. Althea recently has sent a cease and desist letter to Keffals demanding that that video be taken down. Keffals, being an extremely forward-thinking individual, immediately consulted her lawyer, and her lawyer advised her to immediately go on stream and read out the cease and desist letter to her audience, which has Althea's full first and last name on it. So we're going to see her do that.
And I will go over this letter now.
For the record, I believe Keffals about her abuse, but I can see where they can be disputed. Here's the... Okay. Strong word of advice for anybody daring to touch stuff like this, and I first of all recommend that you don't. Don't make any judgments whatsoever about any claims one way or the other. Why? This is not the place for it. You do not have the information you need to make strong determinations, to make accurate determinations one way or the other. You can't do anything positive about it. The only thing you can do is accidentally, unwittingly commit yourself to defending the wrong person or defending the right person for the wrong reasons and just muddying the waters and possibly help facilitate creating more complications after the fact. Like this, for instance. Bring this up on stream.
This is retarded. If there are two conflicting stories and both sides are presenting evidence, then it's totally fine for you to make analysis and adjudication in a stream about which one you think is more plausible and which one is has more basis for it. This is just a retarded point. I understand why Sunday doesn't want to do it with his audience, but broadly, like, I think it's totally fine.
Was very foolish. Principally because if there wasn't a case before, there now is one. It's just very short term. Not even short, just not... People aren't thinking about what they're doing, and it drives me absolutely up a wall. So, I'm not going to bother censoring this because it's on a much larger channel already. But this already doxes Althea right here. Now, the previous stream did not, to my knowledge, identify her first and last name. It is not clear to me if her first and last name has ever been connected with her Twitter account. But this cease and desist letter actually does include it. And the fact that it was included in other things is not going to really factor in here because the overriding issue is going to be the allegations. And here's the thing to keep in mind, guys. This is really important. It is very important, of course, to be very careful and very reserved when you're dealing with allegations of abuse or sexual assault or anything of that kind. As an outside observer, the problem is that whether or not the allegations are true, unless they can be proved, and you will prove them, I believe, in a different litigation than here, you are still liable if you make those allegations publicly in a way that is damaging to someone's reputation. This is really dangerous. This is playing with fire. It also includes Althea's dead name, does it? Well, my apologies to Althea.
Dear Miss Sorrenti, we have been retained by Alex Althea McIntosh with respect to allegations that you have made against them in a public format specifically in a YouTube
But
video. It is
sorry,
understood
so
that
can
you're
I
making
come on here and start saying your dead name, Keffals? Can I do that? Is that okay for me to do?
allegations against our client with respect to an alleged sexual assault. As a content creator, you should be very aware of the laws with respect to making these claims publicly. You are entitled to tell your story as you see fit. However, you are not allowed to provide personal information with respect to our client or to provide contact details for them, such as their social media accounts. In providing these details, you are putting our client at risk of harm, for which you could be found liable, in addition to potentially putting them in harm's way. You could also be found liable should harm come to them. You know from personal experience how dangerous it... Hold on, I want to restart the sentence. You know from personal experience how dangerous it is when personal information is put in the hands of the wrong people.
Yeah, you were in the news for that, if you'll recall.
This is about her public Twitter account.
Well, correction, actually, Keffals, and this is why you really needed to think about this first. This was about her private Twitter account, about her public Twitter account, rather. But you will observe that at the beginning of reading the cease and desist letter, you identified her by her first and last name. Someone in the chat said her dead name, apparently. Now it is no longer about her public Twitter account. You see the problem here? You don't litigate this stuff on stream. Your audience could be 1 million people. They can't do jack about this. This does not help you. This was very stupid. I don't know who told you that this was a smart idea, but they did you a grave disservice.
I shared nothing that wasn't a public account.
Except now you did. You just did. Just now.
This
Can
video
we confirm it's a dead name? I mean, I could ask.
needs to be taken down.
Yeah, doesn't the death note work on birth name? Isn't that? I'm pretty sure that's how it works, isn't it?
Immediately. You must stop posting any details and or information that could lead to identifying our client in any manner. Failure to do so will result in further legal action being taken against you. Yours truly.
I mean, like, here's the thing. Like, it's posted by Althea, so
I think that
I can't
joke's
really
been
hold
made
Keffals accountable
before.
for the dead name
I
being
think
there. But
it
the
was
reading of it
something
is
else said
foolish.
before.
Carmen Dottie.
It also, like, come on. Like, do you forget, like, you're like, if this is the case, we want to be careful here. But if it is the case, it'd be like, come on, do you, like, forget what you were accused?
Leaking a cease and desist is such an abhorrently bad idea. Right. Okay, what is the... Can someone lay this out for me? What are the arguments here? Because Bomber's saying Keffals did nothing wrong. But it seems retarded to me to just, like, goad cease and desists and start looking up at the paralegal and showing their location on stream. That seems like a really stupid idea to me. But I can't quite rationalize it. So what are the arguments here?
Using the Ontario police stuff, like, that would be kind of... It's like, it's a weird decision to include that as a technicality of that being there.
Licensed paralegal and notary.
Okay, yeah, it is because... Yeah, okay. Yeah, so it is Althea's dead name. So, if memory serves, Keffals had already changed her
The cease and desist says to stop harassing the person in question. Keffals publishes and continues discussing the cease and desist. That's not illegal. It's now further evidence that Keffals will continue blasting this publicly.
name legally, so... This is just so dumb. Everything about this is so dumb.
Republic.
I thought she was suing London police. I don't blame you for thinking she was suing the London police. But, I don't know, it's possible now she'll actually find a legal purpose for that legal fund.
So, needless to say,
Keffals might finally need that 100k.
Like, this is,
I think we've already established you're not taking the video down, Keffals. I don't think you have the mental wherewithal to see why you would want to and why you should. Because, you know, you're a Giga Chat on YouTube, and you're above the law, and nobody can touch you, right? That's why you bent the knee to Destiny, desperate for his clout, because you're just independent and unassailable. Nobody can get at you. You're invincible, clearly. That's why you're reduced to spending hours of your day covering food shops and people like Tomfoolery, people with like sub 200 concurrent viewer audiences, because, you know, you're just up there. This is what we in the business call a mistake.
how do I feel about this? This is an intimidation tactic.
Kyle Sunday, honestly, man. Fura Sunday. 1,000 years of Fura Sunday. 1,000 seasons Fura Sunday.
Well, actually, no. Let's listen to what she says about this first. We'll learn just how much legal advice she's getting here very quickly.
I mean, like, you know what was actually funnier about this? I got it in this email.
Oh, cease and desist. That's funny.
Cease and desist. Like,
That's
the
funny.
paralegal who sent the cease and desist couldn't even spell cease and desist. That's how serious this is.
Hey, that's pretty retarded.
That is funny. Although you're also highlighting the paralegal. This is going to get funny for various reasons, as you'll see. Okay, just for the record.
I received a cease and desist letter.
Okay, so for those who don't know, cease and desist letters are meant to intimidate, but they're not just meant to intimidate. You got to be careful here. This is what a cease and desist letter is for. This is according to Cornell Law School. A cease and desist letter is a cautionary intimidation letter sent to an alleged wrongdoer describing the alleged misconduct and demanding that the alleged misconduct be stopped. A cease and desist letter provides notice that legal action may and will be taken if the conduct in question continues. Such letters are usually written by attorneys and are often sent to stop alleged or actual infringement of intellectual property rights such as copyrights, trademarks, and patents. A cease and desist letter may also be used to warn the wrongdoer against harassment, slander, libel, as well as contractual obligations. Even though a cease and desist letter is a non-binding letter and does not have a legal effect, it is primarily sent to the wrongdoer so that it may later be used as evidence in litigation against the wrongdoer if the alleged misconduct is not stopped. And I cannot help but notice that Altia has been very quiet.
Calling Sunday Fura on mass with Vestro, he'd hate it. Man, Fura Sunday, that is a new meme, okay? That is a new meme. Fura Sunday, that's what we're going with.
Throughout all of this. So, I think this was a mistake. Why you listen to Cornell West? No, Cornell Law School, not Cornell West. Oh, you're okay, whatever. Okay, this is a Keffals style stream. Remember, we gotta get those views. We're ready for this cutting Keffals style commentary.
Yeah, not a C&D, it's a D&D.
D&D. That's funny, actually. Hey, this is a question. Why is a paralegal sending this? Probably because she got it done on the cheap.
Yeah, she doesn't have 100k to draw from, sadly. Unlike some people.
So, to keep talking about this letter.
So basically, this is what happened. So Keffals got a cease and desist letter because she made a rape allegation against somebody, and then immediately went to doxing the person afterwards. Just brilliant.
Okay, is it doxings and aren't they fairly forthcoming with the name? I don't know.
Brilliant. Who would you let represent you in a defense trial, Bastiat or Pisco? Frankly, I'd probably represent myself given those options. And I'd still lose, but I wouldn't lose as badly. No, probably Pisco, honestly. Calling Me Skepticals is a law firm. It's a paralegal. It doesn't particularly matter.
It doesn't actually say in any of it that any of the claims that I made were false. And it's simply telling me that I cannot put her public contact information in a YouTube video.
Yeah, exactly. If anything, this just indicates that she doesn't have good legal representation, which adds to the image of picking out someone without resources. So here's the thing. Althea does not have the audience, and this is one of the reasons why I really didn't like the I Was Raped stream. It's not because I have any opinion on the nature of the claims being made. It's because I can't form an informed opinion on the nature of the claims being made. I only have information from one side of the equation, and the information from both sides is going to be wanting, and the claim came with no evidence. Which means that what's happening is a whole ton of people are jumping on a claim, which may or may not be true, on the basis of this person being more popular on YouTube. That's a very dangerous situation. This destroys people's lives, and we don't know. We flat out don't know. That's just a fact of the matter. We have no capacity to tell whether Keffals is telling the truth. What we do know is that Keffals has a very long-standing habit of calling people pedophiles and rapists on no information. Now, this is different because it's personal, but the point is, Keffals has not established a track record of being of having a tight relationship with fact. So when I see this, I'm like, okay, I'm getting worried here. Because if she's telling the truth, okay, someone who's guilty is having a really bad time, and maybe it opens Keffals up to some litigation if Althea can throw together the resources to pursue it. But all told, it's like, whatever. If there is embellishment of any kind, and I don't know, this becomes extremely dangerous. Extremely dangerous. This is not the kind of thing you do like this. Certainly not to get at someone like Xanderhall. Lest we forget, the only reason why this is being talked about is because Xanderhall retweeted something. Very stupid decision on Xanderhall's part. But what's the upshot? The upshot is Xanderhall loses about 5,000 subscribers. Maybe a whole year's work. Maybe a bunch of patrons too. Maybe it amounts to a serious decrease in his yearly income. Right? Okay, that's bad. How does that benefit Keffals? Or anyone for that matter? It doesn't. So you've exchanged a liability on your end for nothing.
Well, I mean, no, that's not necessarily true. A lot of this is kind of cannibalistic, where when you get owns and drama on another audience, as much as, you know, there will be some people that just lost and stop supporting either, you are sort of you're probably stealing like a certain amount of fans from them, right? So it does benefit Keffals to some extent to really fuck with Xanderhal.
For what? The satisfaction of bruising Xanderhal's ego for a little bit. This is ridiculous. Keffals doesn't have a trustworthy character at all. Honestly, I'm a little disappointed you trusted her about the money thing. That's because Keffals told me she had specific intentions for the money. She told me she was going to make specific actions with it. And so under that understanding, I withdrew my criticisms. Now that hasn't occurred. So I don't know. I don't know.
Even though all of this happened because of Althea making false allegations against me.
Well, you say they're false. That's the problem. You say they're false. Now, you could have also sent a cease and desist letter against Althea, but the problem is Althea's accusations were of abuse and so on and so forth, leaving her homeless, etc., etc. Stuff that's, you know, a lot lower grade than saying you were raped. This gets really dicey.
Very publicly. I don't think that this is
She should get a red pen, grade it like a paper and email it back. That'd be funny.
going to become like a legal dispute, but I'm
Probably not a
willing
good choice,
to
though.
have this go to court. If
Jesus.
Althea wants this to go to court, I'm willing to go to court over this, but I absolutely do not want to.
But I know you don't want to, but why though? Why? Like, this is needless. Like, here's a question. If you have, because here's the thing, unless you're able to prove the allegations you made against Althea, if you go to court, you've identified her name, you've identified her work, you've possibly identified her city, and you made these allegations with no evidence that would hold up in court. So actually, no evidence at all for that matter. So if you go to court with Althea and she can prove that she suffered damages or harms from this, then like you're not gonna, it's not gonna go easily at the very least. Like, I think she's insane. Does she think the court is going to be a Twitch chat, the court of Twitch? I think she's a textbook narcissist. I think Keffals doesn't view the people, because Keffals, here's the thing, Keffals is stupid, but also not stupid. Like, you can tell when she speaks. There is something going on in there. She's not an idiot. But she also is, in terms of her decisions and what she chooses to do. And I think, bluntly, what's going on is, she doesn't view the people around her as people. I think other people are basically just, they're like projections of herself. They're non-sentient to her. It doesn't occur to her that she's not the only mentally aware person in a room. I have no idea, but like, dear God. Wouldn't them going to court help present better evidence? It would force discovery, so they would have to show each other like all of the evidence that they have. She's very clever, but she's lazy. She's not clever. Keffals is not clever. There's nothing clever about Keffals.
Yeah, just like there's literally there's no lawyer involved here.
Yeah, exactly. I think we finally know what she's going to spend that legal fund on. No kidding. Yeah. You know what she's going to spend the legal fund on? She's going to spend the legal fund on fighting a defamation suit, potentially, by one of the people whose losses were cited as the reason for the legal fund. Okay, lest we forget. Like, this is like a Monty Python comedy. Like, look at this shit, okay?
Okay, this is... I've got nothing to say about it. This whole drama just sucks.
This is the claim right now. The claim is that now she needs the legal fund. Look at this. I was also subject to unjust seizures that not only affected my livelihood. We need to scroll up a little. I was also subject to unjust seizures that not only affected my livelihood, but has also severely disrupted the work my fiancé is doing in their doctorate program, which has the potential to impact whether or not my fiancé finishes their doctorate. Because there's no policy in my city against swatting, there's no guarantee that this will not happen again. My home is not safe. So she was also cited in the GoFundMe. Wouldn't it be a remarkable turn of events if the $100,000 ended up going towards fighting the person for whom the $100,000 was also intended? Just unreal. This is not what an intelligent person does with their resources.
However, I am going to be this week retaining a lawyer, just to go over all of this and make sure that I do things by the book.
You should... Do you think you should have done that maybe before you started blowing this all up on stream? Do you think maybe that would have been the play here? Perhaps. Possibly. Maybe. Just thinking. Just noticing.
Well, we have established he is not getting legal advice to say this. Imagine my shock.
Like, I already have one lawyer who's currently dealing with the legal case with the London Police Service.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
How's that going?
We have an update. Chat, you asked. What happened? We now know. They're going after the London Police Service. It's been a year, by the way. $100,000. Now, $100,000 sounds like a lot of money, but by the way, $100,000 does not go very far to suing a police department for This has been a long time. Dear God.
Very true. How long she had that lawyer on
There's been
retainer
nothing.
for?
There's been no public
That
statement about this.
100K is
No update.
gone.
Nothing.
Even if you spent it all on legal funds, like that 100K is probably gone.
She's retaining a lawyer, but her lawyer's too busy. Her lawyer's too busy going after the London, Ontario police, so she needs another lawyer. Who wants to bet she's going to need another legal fund for the additional lawyer?
But there's another law firm that I've had to use services from in the past.
The
when I
grift
had a legal
restarts.
dispute
Let's
between,
go.
Destiny and myself. And I'm going to be going to them again for advice on how to best deal with this. Google Carmen Dottie? Yeah, sure.
I think it's a bit unfair. It does take a while for stuff to go to court. We haven't heard any updates whatsoever. And she's actually been very particular in the past that actually she never said that the purpose of the $100,000 was for suing anybody. So this is new information. This is new. And I can't help but wonder why it's coming out now. All of a
She
sudden.
wanted to
Because
use the legal fund to protect her rights. Or something, right? That was the phrasing.
she's been extraordinarily hesitant to confirm anything. Even just to say, like, look, my lawyers told me to talk about this. And it strikes me as strange that all of this is weird. None of this makes sense. She sued Steve. No, Steve sent her a cease and desist letter. Because now there are multiple cease and desist letters against Keffals making false allegations. That, by the way, is something that Althea can also probably use. Yeah, exactly. Lawyers don't tend to advise their clients to spread all information about their cases as it comes out. Yeah. Which, again, is why I'm like, what are you doing here? Because there's two possibilities. The one is her lawyer told her to stay very mum about the legal case against the Ontario police, and something actually is happening in the background. I just don't know. All I know is she's given absolutely no account whatsoever for what that money is doing, and she's gone out of her way to dispel the idea that it actually was ever intended for suing anybody in the first place. We actually have a clip on that. I'll pop it up right now, actually, just for your clarification. So
Now is a great time to remind you guys, please like, subscribe, donate, buy membership, gift membership, buy a super chat if you can. Thank you very much.
you can understand where I'm coming from. Okay, remember we're doing this Keffel style.
I said that this money was for suing the police, which I never did.
Yeah, here we go. Okay, let's capture. Boom, 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 boom.
I said that this money was for suing the police, which I never did. If you read the full thing, I keep raising it. The reason that I did that in the first place was because I wanted it to be $100,000 from the beginning.
Okay, this is, by the way, the biggest lie Keffals has ever told, because the fact of the matter is that she wants it to be $100 million. She wants it to be $100 billion. $100,000 is what she ended up being able to get.
I didn't know if I would get that money, so when it kept coming in, I just kept raising the cap until I got there. I said I started the GoFundMe after being victimized by London Police Service. I talk about the damages I've received and how my life has been disrupted, as that of my fiance. I never said that I was going to sue the police. I wanted to be very careful with the language that I used.
Yeah, not careful enough, apparently. So, conjecture. I think the reason why this is being brought up is because she wants to start building up a pattern of having been upfront about her use of things, and this is a convenient opportunity to say, look, I'm now dealing with an additional thing. This can't happen, guys. Althea upended my my lawsuit against the Ontario police. There's just nothing I can do. I tried, but I got spread too thin. That's my Alex Jones conspiracy theory. A 3-day civil trial in Canada, $60,000. So Keffals said this. A 3-day civil trial in Canada, $60,000. The vast majority of the money I raise is going to pay lawyers, and the rest is to move and pay me and my staff because I can't work until I'm safe. Making a trauma victim explain this a week after it happened is fucked up. In order to ask for help, I had to go public and confirm my home address to the people who want me dead. The crowd that thinks me quote tweeting them is violence, but laughs at me for facing actual police violence is not getting any sympathy. I do not care how my fans treat them.
Police violence?
So,
Police violence?
there's no way. It's none of this adds up. None of this adds up at all. Glad I got here late, Marker. Yeah, okay. How much do you want to bet Keffals' RGR is earlier? Anyways.
Carmen Dottie Paralegal Services. Traffic offense. Traffic tickets. Small claims court. Landlord and tenant board.
Yeah, so like if you're poor and you can't retain a lawyer, one of the things you might do if you want to throw together a cease and desist letter Hopefully, because you can't. This is expensive for you. You don't want to actually take this to court. You just want the slander against you to be taken down, or the allegations rather. We don't know if they're true or not. You just want the allegations against you taken down. You may go to a paralegal who is licensed, for example, to represent you in small claims court, or to write things like cease and desist letters. Badly, as it turns out.
Yeah, legal documents aren't sent via Gmail anyway. Yeah, and it was weird because like this cease and desist letter was sent via Gmail.
That's actually an interesting question. Can cease and desist letters be sent via email? Some people send cease and desist letters using multiple methods, in person and via email. Once you've sent your cease and desist letter, it's always a good idea to keep a copy for yourself, record the time, date, and place of delivery. Yes, they can be sent via email. There's no contradiction there. It'll get there faster via email. It's possible she just hasn't received.
Most documents you can send by email. It's totally fine, right? Yeah. Like I don't. The format isn't really that relevant. Keffals is like so fucking retarded, dude.
The paper copy yet, or can get lost in the mail or whatever. But there's no contradiction there. You can send cease and desist letters via email.
Like I don't know what
fuck what anyone says. Keffals is fun.
For your legal retainer, Pepe La no shot.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like being served. This isn't like a legal document, right? Once again, the purpose of a cease and desist letter is to request compliance with stopping some kind of action, whether it's like breach of contract, whether it's like slander, whatever.
Oh yeah, she's confirmed receipt of it by showing it on stream as well. Yeah.
Its additional purpose is to be used as evidence that you were obstinate.
Oh man.
If it gets taken to court, it's like, look, we tried to resolve this peacefully. We tried
What
to
is wrong with
just
these
stop this,
people?
or we'll have to pursue this. We don't want to, but we'll have to. And then if you go, say for example, take that cease and desist letter, go on stream, and then dox the person who sent it to you.
Could watch Sunday shit talk careful fucking day. True. Honestly, could watch Sunday shit talk anyone all day. He's just a funny guy.
You can now use that in your case against the person. This is why this is also stupid. This is so stupid.
Takes this to a legal firm without them laughing at her and asking for a huge sum in advance.
Appreciate the tier 4. The last time I had to put down my retainer, it was like about $1,000.
But by the way, you can also get sent a subpoena by email, just so you know.
So I'm probably going to be putting down another $1,000 for a retainer. I want this shit to end.
Jumbo Baron says, paralegals are apparently doing more and more in Ontario. It's actually wild how much you can do with a paralegal now. Paralegals even go into court now. Well, I mean, even the website that she was just looking at said that they'll represent you in small claims court. By the way, like, maybe you don't take like this paralegal personally seriously, but here's what you don't want to do, okay? Under these circumstances, don't aggravate the paralegal themselves, because now you've like besmirched them. Now it's in their interest. You see the problem here? Now they're interested.
Yeah,
this
it's
is not smart.
Why keep goading legal action like this? It's just so retarded. I mean, it's repeating. Keffals is a retard again and again for this entire stream. I feel like Sunday's gonna be basically doing the same thing, though, to be honest.
Read the Google reviews? Okay, hold on. Better Call Saul looking fucking ass website. .3. Incredibly rude, gave me incorrect legal advice. Did not serve us proper notice to enter our unit. Very upsetting, very unprofessional.
Okay, so one of the problems with looking at reviews for legal services like this is that sometimes you just don't have a case. Or sometimes things will work out in your favor and you want to take revenge on whoever you can. And one of those people will be the person who services you solicited. So this doesn't really mean
Carmen
a lot.
knows law as much as I know Chinese.
Yeah, but embarrassing the league paralegal on streams a funny moment Sunday. True. True. You're true. True. Very true. This is indeed, as they say.
She totally owned those paralegals on stream, guys. And see how Keffals owned those paralegals who were helping out X, who was accusing her of abuse? She totally owned those paralegals X hired to try and cease and desist her for blowing her up about abuse allegations and rape allegations.
Content.
Sick dunks.
Another 1,000 for a retainer. That's completely sus. Retainer fee is a one-time fee to open up a case file. Oh, did she say that? Hang on. Let me go back a little bit.
Like, I don't know what
fuck what anyone says. Keffals is fun.
What did she say that?
documents aren't sent via Gmail anyway.
I guess it describes the month-to-month amount given as well. Yeah, maybe. Keffals, I don't know if you've figured this out yet, but Keffals is not a legal expert. Okay, so
Another client just got wholesale ripped off. Seeing the language used in the forms and letters we viewed, snakes come in many shapes and sizes. Oh my god. See the Google Street
around the Keffals is fun thing.
container?
Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go.
Documents aren't sent via Gmail anyway.
Huge sum in advance.
Appreciate the tier 4. The last time I had to put down my retainer, it was like about $1,000, so I'm probably going to be putting down another $1,000 for a retainer. I want this shit to end. Read the Google reviews. Okay. Selling it to me.
I don't think she's trying to invalidate anything. I think she's literally just mocking the legal representation that her ex went for. I think that's literally it. I don't know that there's any real point being made here. I think she's literally just mocking the paralegal for some reason. Strange one.
The appointment. I faxed her all requested bio documentation. She never got back to me. Hilariously bad paralegal outfit. Very low-level tactics used, and another client just got wholesale ripped off. Seeing the language used in the forms and letters we viewed. Snakes come in many shapes and sizes. Oh my god.
I don't know. I wouldn't read too much into the language she uses to describe her relationship with her lawyer. Like she'll botch that. She's not an expert. Clearly.
See the Google Street View of this place?
President Sunday, also, usual condition is that the client not just openly showcase the materials to a worldwide audience of the case ongoing. I don't know. Well, there's no conditions here. Like, this is a cease and desist letter. It's not legally binding. And Keffals isn't her client, so I'm not really sure what you're responding to. But definitely, like, if the issue is the security of who one's representing, it's not a wise decision to proceed to dox the person using the cease and desist letter on stream. Because believe it or not, whether or not a cease and desist letter is a legal document or not, it's still doxing the person. It's still doxing the person to put their full name in association with another account on stream.
What happens when our viewers brigade the paralegal? Well, I mean, who knows? I imagine they'll probably explore their options.
So, for example, in Canada, doxing is not illegal if the information is obtained legally. So either you just know it through interpersonal interactions, or you have there's been some public association between the two names or something like that. You haven't like gone through someone's trash or hacked into their email or something. But you can still be liable if they are harmed as a consequence. So it gets tricky because now we're in cyberbullying territory. And directing people to harass them, well, you got to be careful because Keffals is a very large audience. Isn't doxing her, directing her audience to them to begin with. And she didn't just dox her name. She also associated that, not just with the Twitter account, but with her work, with the fact that she's doing PhD work for a university. Now, once again, I don't know if what Keffals is saying is true or false. I don't know. I don't trust Keffals, but I don't trust Althea either. I don't trust either of these people. I don't know them. These are strangers to me. All I do know is she presented a very serious allegation to an audience of a big audience, okay? As far as this kind of thing goes, big. With no evidence, and then proceeded to dox the person about whom those allegations were when they sent a cease and desist letter. Beg your pardon, a cease and desist letter. Good lord.
Bro.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like a poor neighborhood. Like, it looks unkempt. Like, yeah, this is not a service for well-off people, clearly. Like, it's almost like Althea's going to a paralegal because she doesn't have an army of simpletons to flood her bank account whenever she has a grievance with somebody or when something bad happens to her. It's almost like you're actually deploying a class advantage against someone who can't defend themselves. Like, that's actually really gross. Why is not all of this being done privately? Why is any of this being brought up? Like, if you had a claim against Althea that was, and by the way, like, a rape allegation is an allegation of a very severe crime, of a particular nature where that person incurs serious social harms very quickly. They can, like, people use that as a justification for cutting people from jobs, cutting people from job opportunities, removing people from social situations, breaking off family relations. These cause very severe, very real harms, material and mental. You brought this up. You opened this to get a dunk on Xanderhall. This is so stupid. And now you're going onto Google Maps in front of that same audience to target the paralegal who wrote the cease and desist. What are you doing? And you're grinning like an imbecile. Like, what are you doing?
Jesus Christ. It looks like an auto shop.
It probably was an auto shop. It probably was an auto shop. Like, it's a paralegal. They probably didn't like build a brand new building for this. They probably bought a former auto shop or hardware store or something because it was cheap. I know this one was shitty, but some paralegals are great, and yeah, it's totally classist brutality. And then on top of that, she mocks the help the accused person accrues. This is evil. This is something bad. Keffals is not a good person. I don't know if you've like figured that out yet. She's kind of a nasty piece of shit, actually. She kind of has a track record now.
Yo, this is the hardest I've ever seen something go at Keffals. Okay. Okay, Fuhrer. Okay.
of sicking a profoundly stupid audience. All of them collected in one place, it feels like sometimes. On other people with no following to make them feel like the world's coming down on them. She kind of has a track record of just spontaneously accusing people of extremely socially damaging allegations, like rape and pedophilia. And this is not the case I'm talking about when I say rape and pedophilia. She's accused Destiny, this is the cause of the first cease and desist letter, of stealthing people. Just flat out said this guy stealths people, apropos of nothing, for no reason. Just idiot behavior. She called Chud Logic a pedophile. I guarantee you I'd find something else if I dug a little bit. I don't really care to. But, like, good God. Present Sunday, I live in a city that has no shortage of slum areas, and there are a lot of rundown legal businesses. There was a couple near a church my mother used to go to. People who live in cities like this, like me, donated to Keffals GoFundMe. Think about that. People who can only afford this donated to Keffals to fuck off to Ireland on vacation.
Yo, let's go. So, but dude, so I love this guy. This is my streamer. Fuck Chud Logic. This is my guy. This is my fucking guy.
Leave it all in our hands. You know what's really selling?
Oh yeah, and I'm a fan of Destiny, okay? If there was a case to be made, I'd be on that like a...
This house right beside it that has definitely seen better days.
Peasants.
I love this guy so much. Oh, man.
Oh, I paused. I couldn't tell. She's so inanimate. It's like a dummy. People watch... Who watches this? What's the draw here? You're seeing some barely... She can't function if she's not on a script half the time. She spends...
Dude, this is a Kuihman stream, is it? Listen, I'm telling you, this guy's taking inspiration. Come on, this is like watching me watch Stardust, isn't it? Come on now. Come on now, Sunday.
Like, easily a third, maybe half of her stream.
Jesus Christ. Does it make me miss London, Ontario? No. I don't miss... I'm so glad I'm not in London.
Okay, so this is actually the city where Althea lives. So you've also docked your location. Well done. Well done, you useless, talentless, gormless idiot. We're assuming Althea isn't living in a Winnebago. If we're assuming Althea isn't living in a Winnebago, someone could use the location of the paralegal building as a jumping off point to find where she lives. Well, I mean, certainly to find where she goes, right? That's a place she clearly...
A drunken master hidden Sunday.
Goes to. She's physically gone there to procure their services. Although if she has a Winnebago, those actually go for quite a bit these days, I understand.
London, Ontario. Oh my god.
You understand how boring she is, so
Actually-
he's deliberately compensating. That is how it is when you're watching like a super fucking boring stream. Like if I'm covering Stardust, I'm like constantly like, but I've got to come up with something to say, I've got to be mean, I've got to come up with a joke to say, because it's like there's no way to make it fucking entertaining on its own. It's not like you're sitting there watching much, it's just Stardust sitting there with a fucking face like a slapped ass saying shit all, and looking vaguely upset when anything remotely contentious comes up. And stammering away through a poor rationalization of why she thinks men are bad.
In the country. London's not bad, actually. It's a city with slums some places. It's not bad.
Wait. What's down the street?
Like, lest we forget. She's like, no, I don't miss London, Ontario at all. It's ugly, hideous. Yeah, do you know why you don't miss London, Ontario? Because you were able to leave London, Ontario with a massive sum of money that a whole bunch of people who can't escape places like this gave you, that you then did nothing with.
To cover Snawdust, you have to break out the crack pipe and pistol.
And you didn't only not give any accounting what you did with it, you bullied people who asked you what the hell's going on.
I'm armed
And then you proceeded to bully them for a
schizophrenic.
million other things anyways. You made false allegations against multiple people. Like, this is just absolute freak behavior. Just stupid, nihilistic, thoughtless, brainless behavior. Oh yeah, and by the way, unlike Keffals, Althea has actually proved at the very least she paid a paralegal. I have no clue who on earth Keffals is paying. Now, Keffals can afford to pay a lawyer, I believe. But to be honest, this building doesn't even look that bad to me. It's older buildings. Yeah, it's actually not a terribly kept building. Like the sign's a little bit on the it's not aesthetic, but it's clear, it's obvious, it stands out. Like, this is what a lot of Canadian cities look like, unfortunately. They're just not pleasant. It's all of this is just... Yeah.
It's just a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah, that's where people who didn't get $100,000 for nothing have to live. Like, I'm sorry, your job is literally to sit on your ass, laugh at people who don't present well online, and pretend you're doing something good for the world by taking a cut when you funnel other people's money to other people that they could have just given to them directly or to a charity. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Do I recognize this area? Yeah, I used to live close to here. Like, actually, like, if we keep going down the street. Hold on. Keep going down. If we keep going down...
Then we'll see a place where Keffals frankly deserves to live.
Why? What's going on with Google Street View? Let me go forward. Yeah, there we go. Now we're in the downtown core. And here we are. This is the apartment I used to live in. They got swatted.
That is hideous, to be fair.
London, Ontario is a terrible city. But at least, like, I was, like, pretty
Or at
close
least you had $100,000 to defect to Ireland, right? Yeah. Good for you. That's what happens. You get swatted, you get $100,000. It's just that easy. That's how it works.
to the train station. So that was cool.
And if you ask questions, you're a bigot.
There's the bell that betrayed me. Yeah, this is the fucking sign right here. This bell building. The bell sign, because the window was like right here. And I got doxxed because of my ex posting a photo of the plant in our windowsill that showed this fucking bell sign. And there's only one place in this entire goddamn city with this specific bell sign. And that's how that happened. We playing GeoGuessr today? No, I was just interested, like, going over this because of the...
As someone who used to live in the area, it's nice, but there are poor areas, but everyone there is still nice, no judgment. I mean, actually, this, by the way, and Keffals wouldn't know this because Keffals has no personality, but one of the things that often confuses people about well-developed cities over, you know, slummy-looking ones, Jane Jacobs actually talks about this quite a bit. Do I have that book to hand? I think it might actually be tucked in my shelf.
Mate, he's always got a book for it, hasn't he? He's always got
Jane
a
Jacobs,
fucking book he wants to pull out.
Very interesting writer on urban design and economics. Jane Jacobs, in The Death and Life of Great American Cities. I love this new camera layout. I can actually show you stuff without like having to rotate everything on the stream. This is a good decision. Talks a lot about how, for example, like, regardless of the aesthetics of the buildings, the oldness of the buildings, the rough and tumbleness of them, that's not what actually defines a good city. A good city is one in which there is life on the streets, in which there is a nice mix of business and recreation, so that there is an actual community. And sometimes, not here clearly, you can see from like the lack of sidewalks and the general like domination of highways over everything else. But sometimes a poorer city can actually be much safer as a consequence of people actually interacting with each other, passing by, going to work next to where people play, having people like people who operate storefronts recognize the kids that walk by. No, if something odd is going on because some kid is acting distressed while some adult is trying to lead them away, people will come out and they'll encounter. Whereas in a lot of like well-developed cities, they can actually be a lot more dangerous because there is an antisocial hostility towards human interaction that causes people to leave each other alone even when they see people in distress. Or alternatively, there is a preponderance, and this is actually a case in point of this, unfortunately. There's a preponderance of wide open spaces so that there's long distances between where people can see and where people are. So you have wide empty parks where people can do illicit activities in the corners and nobody can see them. You have long, dark, unobserved like alleyways and bends and stuff like that where there isn't like that constant what she calls eyes on the street factor where people are observing. And so you don't even need as much of a police presence because the community itself maintains a certain level of security that way. This is one of the reasons why James C. Scott likes her so much, because it provides like one of the a really strong anarchist alternative to the kind of securitization logic you see in simulations like City Skylines. You want less crime, just add more police stations. Sunday smuggling urban planning theory into a drama stream. I mean, like, God knows she's not going to say anything interesting. President Sunday, have you thought about getting a document camera? Could be useful for showing passages from books. I actually have, it's actually plugged in at the moment, but it's shitty. I have a 10-year-old old Logitech. I'm going to have to at some point get an actual proper camera to do that with. We tried that with the Mist stream, which we will continue at some point, I promise, but yeah.
Because of the cease and desist.
Unrelated, but are we getting a City Sunday upload? I'm finishing up some scripts this month, and we're hopefully going to get at least 3 essays by the end of January. That's my hope. I might be overly ambitious, but we're going to try.
Oh my god.
So, by the way, here's the thing. So, this letter, Dead Names, Althea.
When I become a famous streamer, I'm not going to forget you. Okay, thanks, Rita. Thanks.
Yeah, now Althea sent the letter with her legal name, so that's going to be a given. It's going to be dead.
We're going to make out of the hood.
Keffals knows Althea, knows this is her dead name, and has decided nonetheless to read it out, doxing her, by the way, additionally, but has decided nonetheless to read it out publicly. Just gross. Just absolutely gross. Just really gross.
But yeah, no, I can't even like comprehend what the further legal action would be.
Well, one of them could be a defamation lawsuit. Another one could be a suit about directing your audience to cyberbully Althea. That's a possibility. Like there are several possibilities now as a consequence of this very stream, as a matter of fact.
Like the only thing that I could think of where you could go from here is like a defamation suit, which would cost like minimum tens of thousands of dollars. And you need to be able to prove harm. You need to prove that this has somehow negatively impacted your reputation to the point where it has like caused harm to your income or like harm to...
That was a great time to remind you guys. Please like, subscribe, donate, buy a membership, gift membership, buy a super chat if you can. Thank you very much.
How you're viewed in the community. And she would also have to prove that I'm lying, and it would turn into a criminal dispute. It would be a fucking nightmare. Neither of us want this. Yeah, it's from a fucking paralegal, you know? Like, no offense to paralegals. You do good work.
I'm unclear on how Keffals differs from Kiwi Farms at this point. Kiwi Farms is green.
No, like, for instance, when I was
Sunday one.
President Sunday, keep in mind that Kiwi Farms hasn't exactly let go of Keffals. Some deranged Kiwi farmer can see this live stream and use it as a jumping off point to track down Althea. That's true. Yeah. It's doxing, not dead naming. It's both. Because here's the thing. Like her dead name in the document, her legal name in the document. That's an inevitability. Keffals reading the document with her dead name in it. That is a decision. That's not necessary. I do wonder, by the way, given that the cost of a name change is, let's see, in Ontario, $137 roughly. This would be more than enough info to hire someone like a PI, yeah. She's just laughing at the pores now. I'm so happy I didn't donate. Yeah, that's what this kind of comes to. Like, lest we forget, Keffals, you only made your name doing charity streams. There are a ton of trans people who can't escape from cities like this. You were apparently special. You were given $100,000 and you were able not just to move, but to move out of country. And not just move out of country, but to go on vacation. And I guarantee you weren't eating out of cans during that time. So...
Oh, what was it? Didn't she tweet about getting some fucking expensive food in Ireland at one point or something? And there was only like 5 restaurants in Ireland that sold that type of food. And then they found her off of that or something. Or they were close to finding her off of that. Didn't that shit happen? I can't remember what it was. It was some shit like that. But she was like, you know... She was... Poutine, that was it. She was fucking gallivanting around, fucking just having a great old time. Meeting all the trans friends across Europe and going to restaurants and... Like... It's so sickening, dude.
It's absolutely ridiculous. The people who encourage this type of thing are just absolutely unfathomably pathetic.
True.
Cease and desist letter by Destiny. That was sent by...
Her dead name isn't in the doc, it is.
By an actual lawyer who has a long history in...
Yeah, exactly, Naomi. Someone watching this would have enough info to just start looking for Althea. They know her legal name, where she lives, and a specific paralegal she went to, and the street she frequents. Like the fact that like the fact that this office is in walking distance to their apartment, like that says some things. Yeah, exactly. Steals from the poor to give to herself, and mock the poor after it makes her rich. Yeah, yeah.
In defamation law.
Vampire.
That very well could have gone forward, but Destiny basically said that it wasn't worth going forward.
Yeah. So after but it's interesting though. Destiny said it wasn't worth going forward. Begs the question, why? After Destiny sided with Kiwi Farms against you and against all of the people who stood by you, a lot of people you've since discarded. Why did you then bend the knee and apologize to him, groveling? Please, Stephen, let me have some of your clout. I just can't do it by myself. Take me with you. What an utterly pathetic human being. Just irredeemably pathetic.
And he has the money for that to have gone forward.
$100,000 and can't even set up a noise gate or set up a subscription to a service. Yeah, so that's why you need to donate $100,000 to President.
Why is Vosh trending on Twitter? Probably because I just engage with Twitch bullshit a lot.
I told you to.
Why does everyone feel the need to jump to equivocation of her behavior to Kiwi Farms? That would be because, like Kiwi Farms, she is now doxing people she has a grievance with, and directing a very large number of very toxic, very dim people towards their accounts and towards their places of work increasingly, and so on and so forth, to make their lives a living hell, while fielding extremely serious allegations against them. And not just Althea, to be clear. This is only the latest. Actually, not even the latest. She called, didn't she call tomfoolery a pedophile? Yeah, we were talking about it last night. She called tomfoolery a pedophile recently.
Based.
It's unreal. It's actually unreal.
Cease and desist. They basically just told you to shut up and die already.
Keffals is a $5,000 mic. If that's a sure, I think it's actually closer to $1,000. Could be a $5,000 mic. But like, I'm sorry. I'm gonna be real with you. She claims her lawyer is working on the Ontario police thing. I've seen the evidence she has. She doesn't have a case. B, I don't think we're gonna find out in a year from now that this is going on. I'm just calling it. I could be wrong. I'll eat those words. I could be proven wrong. I don't think it's happening. I would be very surprised.
I mean, yeah, like it's almost definitely not, right? I don't know how Keffals freaks still fucking defend this shit. It's so insane.
If we find any report of an actual legal proceeding going down against the Ontario police for the swatting, I don't think that's true at all. Like the claims against Althea, all of her claims against the police, with the sole exception, I think, and she's, by the way, she's taken down. You can't even access. I could be mistaken about this. Let's see. I don't believe you can even access the. Let's go to the thing here. I don't think you can even access the information dossier that she has. Here, got the press kit. I don't think you can even see that anymore. Yeah, it's private now. So I think all she had was they put her dead name on some packages. And that seems confusing. That sounds like a clerical error to me. And or for whatever reason they prioritized the name given to them in the report they received that caused the swatting in the first place. But that's not on the Ontario police really. That seems like a sort of an informational incompetence on their part. I don't know. Wonder if you would sue them for it at that point. But moreover, the accusations of them like making untoward comments and whatnot, possibly true, but there's no evidence for them. We don't have like a record of any of this. What are you going to do with this? And then on top of this, we have a litany of cases of Keffals making false allegations against people, false or improved, or false and then publicly walking them back. Like, there's no way in hell she's suing the police. It's not happening. If Keffals paid any lawyer, it was a lawyer to assure her she could spend her GoFundMe money as she pleases legally. Yeah, maybe. If this is the stuff Keffals does on stream, then at this point her cozying up to Zanya, a notorious stalker, lest we forget, starts to look less surprising. Yeah, wasn't she, I don't hate Zanya personally, but wasn't she, didn't she, like, make a weird, like, snuff fantasy novel for fantasy story about gay fesh?
Come on, Sunday, you know where you got that from. Come on now, we were literally talking about that, like, last night, weren't we? Come on now. Put some credit. Come on, buddy.
That was a little weird. I haven't read it. But, like weird people. So yeah, in summation, before we move on to bigger and better things, goddamn is Keffals a fucking idiot. Be right back.
Well, what a way to end the segment. What a way to end the segment.